Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. So I wanted to put this video out there before the game has realistically released in any country. The game has not really come out yet, and unless I don't think so. I'm not necessarily sure, because obviously time zones are different, and I think in America you get it earlier than other countries, so I have no idea if that's already come out or not. Regardless, where I'm at, it's not come out yet. It comes out in exactly 3.5 hours. But yeah, just so you guys know, this is not my content. I'm not trying to steal it. I just wanted some background stuff going on while I'm in the middle of this, doing this with you guys. So please go show Sirloin some love. And if you want to watch the entire video, I will be more than happy to leave it in the description. I just wanted to have something going on in the background rather than it just being a blank backdrop, if you get what I mean. So, yeah. And, yeah. Anyways, guys, sorry, I do apologise for the lack of uploads. My foot has been getting very bad recently, which is why I've been struggling to get onto my PC. And unfortunately, I moved my desk a few days ago, and it just broke. Luckily, nothing was on there, so nothing actually fell and broke, like my monitors didn't break or anything. I've moved my rabbits outside now, into a hutch outside, so they're no longer in my house, which should also make content a lot better, in a sense, so you won't hear any rabbit noises in the background or whatever. But obviously I still love my rabbits, you know what I mean, it's just how it is. Anyways, yeah, I do apologise, and I've been waiting on the external hard drive to continue making LEGO Batman videos. My 8TB external hard drive just stopped working out of nowhere and just died, so I ordered a new one. It took a full 14 days to turn up for no reason, but it turned up yesterday, and I'm just downloading everything onto it right now. I've got a new desk as well, which I've had to wait a few days for. I bought it off Amazon. It's a lot more sturdy, and it doesn't really wobble anymore or have any issues with that, so I can sit down and do everything that I need to do just fine. So yeah, be expecting more LEGO Batman to be coming out. LEGO Batman 2 will be coming up ASAP. I have just downloaded it onto the external hard drive. Right now all we've got downloading is Call of Duty Black Ops 3, because I want to get back onto some custom zombies. So yeah, regardless, that's not what we're here for, but if you do enjoy the video, please like, subscribe and comment if you're new. I'd really appreciate it. Without any further ado, let's get into the video. So, let's talk about the original one first, and we'll make our way to the newest one here, which is coming out very soon for me. And I will be awake playing it, because my sleep schedule is completely messed up right now. Literally, due to my foot, my pain has caused me to fuck up my sleeping pattern, which is just how it is, unfortunately, but here we are. So, let's get into this. My opinions on Tomodachi Life, the first game. So, I had a very busy period where I was playing Tomodachi Life, and at the time, I was thinking, because the Switch was obviously out at this point, and I had a Nintendo Switch, and I was like, you know what would be great? If they remastered Tomodachi Life, or made a new one, because I was enjoying Tomodachi Life. However, it got very stale. I remember I was playing it for like a solid 2 weeks or something, and that was like the only game I was playing, and the reason for that was I was moving. This was in the time I was moving from my nan's house back into my mum's house, and I was waiting for my house to be built. I wasn't able to access any of my consoles, so I would often just sit there on my laptop watching videos or something while I'm playing Tomodachi Life, and I got really into it. But the problem was, after about a week, I was already getting kind of bored of it, because you can kind of unlock everything really quick. Like, I'm talking super quick. So, it was kind of just like, once you've done a certain amount of things, it then just becomes, no matter how many meats you add, it's just the same with the same. And Nintendo did a good job, and to be fair to them, I don't know what else they could have physically done, like, to make the game keep coming back and coming back for more. But yeah, I've not touched the original Tomodachi Life in probably 8-9 months now, which is a long time, admittedly. But when I first heard, which I think was at the end of 2025, I think it was like when they did the reveal, when they announced Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, I was very excited because I've always wanted Tomodachi Life. It's always been like a game that I've wanted or wanted a remaster of, you know, that sort of thing. Because I always thought they could do so much more with the new hardware at the time, which was Nintendo Switch, which now we're on the Switch 2, which I currently have anyway. So, I mean, it does. I think the only difference they said that Tomodachi Life Living the Dream would have on the Switch 1, Switch 2 is faster loading times and resolution, which is fine. And I have noticed, like in the demo, the loading times were a lot, like very quick. It was like when you're exiting a house, it would take 1 to 2 seconds, which would probably take up to 5-6 seconds on the Switch 1. But I do applaud them for making it available on both Switch 1 and Switch 2. That is very good of them, rather than just making it a Switch 2 exclusive. Obviously, I own a Switch 2 because I wanted a Switch 2, and to be fair, I spent a lot of time on my original Switch before getting my Switch 2, and I still spend a lot of time on my Switch 2. I have a lot of Mii's on my 3DS version, but I've had 3 different versions of Tomodachi Life, and let me explain why. The original one, because I had 3 different DSs. I had a 2DS where the touchscreen stopped working, but it was MODDED. Then I got an original 3DS because I wanted a better experience and I wanted a bit of 3D. But then after a while I sold it to someone else. And then I got a 2DS XL for £90, which I got lucky on because it was Facebook Marketplace, and I was worried I was going to get scammed. But I sent her half the money, and then she shipped the item, sent me the receipt, and then I sent her the other half of the money. And then when it actually arrived, it was actually a 2DS XL, which, from my knowledge, was the latest 2DS/3DS system that came out, which I think that was the last one, like 2017 or something like that, which is fine. But to be honest, it was cheaper to get. I didn't really care for 3DS XL because I just felt like it was like just more money for a 3D feature that didn't really exist on most games. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So I just got that because I don't really care for the 3D preferences regardless anyway. Anyways, moving on. So I did play a lot of it while I was waiting for my house to be built. So it was fun for a little bit. I've not gone back to it since then, which has been like a year now, something like that. But it's just how it is. Anyways, moving on. Now let's talk about the Tomodachi Life Living the Dream demo. So I know this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but I didn't really get much out of the demo. And why I say that is because I'm more of a night owl, and especially at the moment with my pain in my foot, it's been harder to get to sleep. It's been quite difficult. So I've not been sleeping as much. So I saw about, I think it was like 3 weeks ago, which was like when the first video started coming out, that they released a demo for it. And obviously this is before really you could pre-order it. I think you could only pre-order it like 2 weeks or something in advance. And I downloaded it. I was like, oh, this is going to be exciting. So I downloaded the welcome version and I played a bit of it. However, I got very fed up with it quite quickly. And what I mean by this is, I'm not expecting them to release the full game, obviously, but you can have 3 Mii's on there, right? And once you get the 3 Mii's on there, it's just like there's nothing to do. Like, I felt like it was like the Mii's would just do the exact same things over and over again. And it's probably, I'm going to give Nintendo a bit of the benefit of the doubt because I've not actually played the game yet. But, like they probably made it so the Mii's didn't have full features that they would have in the normal version of the game. I pre-ordered it about a week ago. My first payment didn't go through, so I've had to do it again. So I bought it, and here we are. But yeah, I bought it. It's downloaded onto my system because I'm really excited to play it. But I've downloaded the full game, and I've still got the welcome version on there. However, I will delete the welcome version once I've like transferred my Mii's over or save data over. I didn't get much out of the demo, but that could be because I mostly play. I have like a system of how I play my games, right? During the day, I will watch TV, I will play my PC games, my VR, my PS5, my Wii, or my Wii U, or my Xbox 360, and that's just kind of how I play my stuff. Because then it's like, at night I would rather relax, so then I'll have something on my TV, and then I'll play my Switch 2 in handheld mode, so I could have a great time. So, I thought it would be a lot better to do it like that. Believe me, I had some good times playing it, but I usually don't get on my Switch 2 until 10 PM onwards. Like, I've been playing a lot of Pokopia as well, and that's been fun. Which I don't really play Pokemon games, but that was fun in order to play that. And obviously the battery life of the Switch 2 only lasts 2 to 3 hours depending on the game you're playing. So playing games like, let's say I played Street Fighter 6 last night on the Switch 2. The Switch lasted just about 2 hours and then it died almost. I got to like 5%, I turned it off and put it back on the dock to charge. And it was like, wow, that was bad. But then if you're playing something like Minecraft Switch 1 edition, you can get a solid 5 hours out of the console before it dies. I want them to. I wish they released some of what they've done for like the MetaQuest 3S, which I have now, which is like a battery pack that you can kind of like just put in the bottom of the Switch 2, and then just like get extra power out of it. I think that would be cool if Nintendo did something like that, just so that you can get like extra money out. You can get extra money out of it. I mean, I might even be able to try it with my my VR ones. They might work, but it's like, I think it's very useful. However, I didn't get much out of the demo, and that's just me, honestly. I felt that maybe it was just because of the time of night I was playing it at, but I felt like all Frost would literally do would just be like sitting. Well, that's what one of my Mii's is called. So I'm a big fan of like the Arrowverse and the Flash and things like that. So I made myself as the first Mii, then I made the Flash, and then I made Frost, who is also another person from CW's The Flash. And Frost would just literally sit there at the fountain the whole time and never move. And then my Mii would be in my house, his house, and then the Flash would just be doing his own things. And even if I put them towards each other to talk, they either just barely say anything, and then that's it. However, I do think that's more of like the timing thing, so I'm not going to necessarily have a go at Tomodachi Life Living the Dream. But now that the full game is coming out in almost 3 hours now, when I do get on it and I make a load of Mii's tonight when the game has come out, there will be a lot more generally to do at any time of day, which I do feel like that was the case with 3DS's. Like, quite a lot of the Mii's have their own, like, quite a lot of the Mii's they're either awake late, or, some like to sleep early, some like to sleep late, and it's just great, honestly, it's just great. But the only thing that I'm really worried about is the game becoming stale again. It's like, I don't really want to be playing the game for like a week and then it just becomes super boring. Or like it's just the same things, like, oh, let's play, or oh, I want food, or I want hat, or whatever it is, or new clothes. Like, sure, it's fine after like a bit of time, but it's just like, if it just keeps happening, it's just kind of boring, if you know what I mean. Like, it's just how it is. I don't really want to be stuck in that position again. However, there is some huge upgrades from what I can see. Like, obviously, on the 3DS version, you could only play, like, and talk to Mii's in their own apartments. The world was more of a 2D looking thing. And this game is like a complete island where you can unlock stuff and do things. I mean, obviously, I'm sure I will be happy with the game, but it's just that, like, you pay 50 quid for this game. If you're paying like dollars, it might be like 69.99 or something like that. But if in the UK it's 50 UK pounds, which is a lot of money. And obviously, like, most games now are super expensive, and I know that, like, Nintendo are so difficult with putting like first party games like Mario on sale. Like, I've not seen Super Mario Odyssey on sale since its release date. That's just me though. Anyways, do I think this game will be a success in not just in your own like living room or whatever, but like in general? Absolutely. Like, Tomodachi Life, the first game, was a huge success, and I think everyone was hounding Nintendo to make a Tomodachi Life 2, or like a remaster at least of the first game, and I am happy to hear that, honestly, that they decided to go this route and actually make another game, because obviously I think it's been like, what, over 10 years, something like that, since the first one came out. I think it was like 2014 or something. I'm really excited to play Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, especially reliving that experience I had with the first one, but getting with the second one. The only thing I'm really upset about is the fact that I know that they've discontinued support for the 3DS, but there should be like a way of where you can like transfer your Mii's from 3DS version over to the Switch 2 version. That would be like much better, because I will be most likely recreating a load of Mii's from that, and it just takes time to do that, if you get what I mean. And I have like 60 Mii's or something, so I might even have to go on the 3DS version. But there's quite a few Mii's that I do want to add, such as like Omni-Man, Invincible, you know, that sort of thing would be fun. Oliver as well, and also like Homelander and Butcher and all of that would be quite fun. Like there's more things that I can add to the island now. So yeah, I can add like all the Arrowverse characters, you know, the boys, Invincible. And then I can add like just a couple of Mii's that I like in general, or that I've seen online or whatever. But yeah, another thing is, originally I wasn't going to do a video on Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, because of the fact that it's like I would want my own, if that makes sense, like my own island where I can just hop on at night and play, and I don't really want to be in a situation of like, oh, but I can't do it until I go onto my YouTube channel, or you know, that sort of thing. But I've heard that if you create a new user on your Switch or Switch 2, it gives you an entirely new island. So what I'm thinking of doing is, for YouTube videos, I can create an entirely new island on a different user, and keep my main user as mine, if that makes sense. I just thought it'd be more efficient doing it that way, but then you guys get content from Tomodachi Life, Living the Dream, and I get what I want and being able to play on my own account. So yeah, do I think this game's going to be a success? Absolutely. I don't think this game will be bad at all, and once I get access to all the Mii's and, you know, that I want to add and things like that, there'll be a lot more to do. there'll be a lot of like friendships, love stuff going around, you know, get married, and there'll be a lot to unlock and things like that. I think it will be fun for a little while. But I think what I'll do is I'm uploading this video today, but tomorrow, once I've played a full day of it, I will upload another video saying my thoughts, and then after a week I will let you guys know what I think of it again. But yeah, do I think this game will be a success? Yes, 100%. Do I thank Nintendo for making a you know, like a remaster or a new game? Absolutely. Like, I've wanted this for a very long time. I first played Tomodachi Life at the age of like 15, 16 when I had a 3DS. I'm now obviously 21, so I spent a lot of time playing it. Obviously, I did have a 3DS when I was a kid, but I was very limited with the amount of games I could play. And obviously, this was like when Nintendo had really just released it in like 2011. I was playing like 2012 to 2015, and I only had like 3-4 games throughout the entire life cycle at that point. And those games were Sonic Generations, Super Mario Bros. DS, and Lego Batman 2 for the DS, 3DS as well. Because I wasn't really allowed to get any more games, and I didn't have the money at that age, which is not surprising at all. And no one really got me any of them for Christmas, so I really should have asked, thinking about it now. But it's just kind of like, at the time, when you're a young kid, you don't necessarily know what the games are and what games you want. But yeah, I am very excited to try this in 3 hours time. I won't be sleeping till like 2-3 in the morning, as that's often the time I fall asleep. But I will get a good solid 2-3 hours out of this game tonight at least. So I will play it tonight, and I probably will play it tomorrow, even though I have my formula of how I play my Switch 2. But yeah, I'm not playing my Switch 2 right now because I'm leaving it to charge so that I can play it in bed. But yeah, let me know in the comments what your opinions are on Tomodachi Life Living the Dream, and if you agree with my opinions or not. I would really appreciate it. And like I said, go check out Sirloin and his video here. I'll be linking it in the description so you guys can check it out if you want to watch the whole playthrough. But yeah, let me know, guys. Are you excited for this game? You're not fussed by it? You're not going to get it? I'm very interested to see what your guys' thoughts and opinions are. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy the video, please like, subscribe, and comment if you're new. I'd really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.